Hey there, Flo here with an IRL stream for you. Well, at least an attempted one. We'll see how it goes. So I'm finally back home, and family is away at least for a couple days. They might actually come back, but have a couple days. I had yesterday free, but I kind of was just chilling after all the activity from the last month or so. So let me get started here. All right, I think I'm good. So there seems to be a good signal here, but sometimes that is deceptive because it starts out good and might not end up that way, but I'll start with what I have. I mean, I'll assume that it's good until I find out otherwise. I don't know if I should check to make sure I didn't leave anything there. Probably should. I don't think I did, but not coming back this way. This was just my platform. I always look for a rock or a stump log like this to set up all my gear. It takes a long time to get everything going. So yeah, the last basically month I've been busy with family and stuff. Wow, this is a crazy steep trail. I don't know if that shows up on the camera, but it's ridiculous. So I probably won't be able to talk much while I'm climbing that, and it'll be a heavy breathing stream. Jolly times. Hopefully my microphone is actually working though. I did order a very cheap lapel mic. Like I should say a somewhat cheap lapel mic, because the one I'm currently using is a very cheap one. I've been using it for a couple of years now at least. It's actually held up pretty well, but I want to test a theory of mine that maybe I can get a little bit better sound quality if I use a different mic. So yeah, I ordered that. Should get here next week. But yeah, I'm not going to necessarily do a lot of these IRL streams. I mean, I can't really predict what my future is going to be like, but I'm still busy with stuff. But I had a free day, so I decided to do this. But yeah, I've been, let's see, I don't even remember all the stuff I did. I guess it started like a month ago. My friend came over for a visit for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 days, I don't remember. And I decided to go home to the city with him because I needed to catch a plane to New Mexico to visit some family down there. And so I was there for over a week. And then I came back, and my sister and her family were about to arrive in town, so I hustled back to where I live normally because they were going to meet up with me and my parents there, because we were going to do, well, just visit and stuff, but also do some electrical work because my brother-in-law is an electrician, so he was going to come over to help us with the shop, getting electrical in there, and he brought his dad, who's also an electrician, so they kind of did that together, tag teamed it, and got that pretty much done. There's a few things still left to do that my dad will probably come over and help with, like hooking up lights and different things, but the basic electrical is set up so I can start using the shop in a more robust manner. So that's nice, and got to spend time with with my family, and so my sister might be coming back over Monday or Tuesday or something. So, but I think it's just a short stop by, and then I'll be kind of back to my own schedule and devices. But then who knows? My dad might come over, my friend might come over. I don't know. It's just been kind of a busy time, so we'll just see. Anyway, that's kind of what I've been up to. That's why I haven't been streaming. Too busy. And I'll probably still be kind of busy, but I'll throw some streams in here and there. And eventually, hoping to get back to Bible reading and all that normal stuff that I'm doing this year. I don't know if I'm behind or not. I haven't checked my calendar, schedule, reading plan thing. But anyway, today we're just doing a hike, and I'm hoping the signal holds out. I know, well, shouldn't say I know. I think it will for this first part, this crazy steep part, because I think I'm on the right side of this hill to be in line of sight of the cell tower, but once I get up to the top and down the other side, I might lose the signal. It's a lot of dirt bikers that frequent this area. So I just have to watch out for them because they could come screaming down the hills. That's what these trails are for, I guess. They're not official trails. They're not on any maps or anything, but just kind of a place where people have carved out a bunch of biking trails. Biking meaning dirt bikes. And so yeah, sort of a recreational adventure area for those kind of activities, but of course I'm not into that myself, but I do a lot of hiking, so I just use them as hiking trails. But they are ridiculously steep. They're not really engineered for comfortable hiking. It's feels straight up very strenuous to get up these things. But I think this one is not terribly long before I get to the top, and then there should be a pretty epic view up there. So I haven't changed my streaming setup at all lately for the last month that I haven't been streaming, so I'm just kind of relying on or hoping that everything is working properly, since it's just sort of set up how I had it. But it seems like when I take these long breaks, sometimes when I come back and try to stream, something is just weird. Like some software is updated since I last used it, or something is just funky, so I have no idea if everything's working, but we'll just hope for the best. So we got two paths here, left and right. I'm gonna take the left one to get up this hill. I think there's multiple ways to get up to the top, but I believe this is the way I've gone in the past. It's been, I don't know, a couple years at least since I've been up the top of this, so I'm not actually completely sure. But yeah, I could also just bushwhack straight through the trees, but I'm gonna use what trails I can find. I think there's a new way that I'm gonna explore on the way down, which, as I mentioned, the cell signal might cut out at that point, so I don't know if I'll live stream it, but we're gonna try to get up there first and then hopefully find a way to get back down. I know there's an easier way to get back down on some more of these dirt bike trails, and that's what I've taken in the past. But today I want to just traverse the ridge line. I'm kind of watching these bikers behind me because I don't really know where they're going. They might be coming straight up this way. Just kind of going all over. There's quite a network of dirt bike trails around. Like I said, none of them are on the map. I'd like to map them out sometime. That's another one of my completionist hobbies, is walking down or biking down every trail that I come across, and then I mark waypoints on the map for intersections and other key features. It's just something I like to do. That way, if I ever come back to an area that I've thoroughly mapped out, I kind of know which paths are the most interesting, what kind of challenges I might face, and stuff like that. Like, if the trails aren't on a map, I won't know necessarily like how to get there or which way I went last time. So if I map them all out, then it's easier to follow. Wow, this is probably the steepest trail ever. I've gone on a couple very steep trails lately, and I can't remember, I can never remember which one is the steepest. I think this is the steepest one. It's at least that steep. I mean, I think it's past 45-degree angle. It's very difficult to go up. I'm actually not walking on the trail. I sort of have some respect for these biker trails and don't want to mess them up with my foot breakaway prints. But also, quite honestly, they're very hard to walk up because the gravel and dirt is really deep and it just crumbles right out from under your feet, and you take a step and you slide just about down as much as you took your step. So kind of going on the side of the trail where there's a little bit more firm grip. Wearing a brand new pair of shoes. Like, I bought them a couple of years ago. I think this is the first time I've ever worn them. They were on sale. So hopefully they don't present any challenges with breaking them in. Sometimes when you get a new pair of shoes and go on a big hike, you're expecting, oh, new shoes, it'll be the best experience after my old shoes that are falling apart. And then you realize, oh shoot, it's almost worse because they're stiff and don't fit quite right. I pretty much go through more than one pair of shoes per year, though. I stretch them until they're about to fall apart. I mean, I stretch their practically usable period of time. Not literally stretch them, but I guess that happens too. In other words, I use them longer than I really should. They start causing my feet issues. But most people, I think, can get away with buying a good pair of hiking shoes and having it last like 5 years or so. But the amount of hiking I do is kind of ridiculous. There's another view over there. You might be able to see the cell tower on the top of it. That's what's giving me my signal. Since I've been here before, I knew there was a signal, and so I decided to try to live stream it. Can't remember if I've live streamed this before, but I've definitely been here before. Combination of sort of reddish dirt and lava gravel that I'm climbing up here, so it's very crumbly, but it's also very soft. It's kind of pleasant for walking. It's just that it slides away a little bit more than I might like. Okay, looks like I'm about to reach a change in slope up here. It should be a little bit more favorable. I can get right up here. Let's see. Probably if I cut across that way, might be better. But yeah. I'll just keep going straight up this way. I'm not that far from that point. Whew. Hey, JD Max. Thanks for the lemons. Hope you're doing good. Doing well, whatever grammar requires. Hey, rather too hot here at the moment for hiking. 105 heat index in Illinois. Hanging in there. God bless us all this fine Sunday, indeed. Whew, 105. My sister was just talking about an adventure they went on in Yosemite last month or something. And it was 113 and they just hiked anyway. What? My niece was talking about it like kind of casually. I'm like, what in the world? You don't think that's like a little bit too high? A little bit too hot for hiking? Crazy. I don't think I would ever do that. But I think they just had it on their schedule, not knowing what the weather was going to be like exactly. So when it came time for it, they just decided to go for it. I don't think I'd be doing it. It's like a fine day for hiking. Yeah, for sure. I have to agree. Looks like your messages are doubling up for some reason. At least on my end, maybe not on the stream, but oh. Yeah, it's perfect day. If I had a survival backpack on with direct water tube, stay hydrated. Yeah, I don't even think I'd do it in that condition unless there was like some really important reason why I had to. But I think I would just probably plan it for a different day. No doubling up at your end? Okay, good. Is it showing two messages like on the chat overlay? I'm wondering what I could be doing that might be causing that. It's probably something that I did, not anything you're doing. Oh. Only one on screen. Okay, that's all that matters, really. I don't care about reading it twice on my wrist. See, we got two of everything here, but I don't care about that. As long as it's not looking dumb on stream, I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. Yeah, it's like, I think it was, I don't actually know what the temperature is, but when I checked the forecast for today, it's supposed to be about 70, 71 or something like that. It's like perfect temperature. My favorite temperature for hiking is about 60 because it's a little bit cool. So when you're working hard going up slopes like this, you feel the nice cool air. But yeah, 70 is just about perfect. think it should be a little bit easier from here on out because the slope just became more gradual. I should be taking a couple pictures, but I think I'll wait till I get up to the top. Enjoy your hike. Time to make bacon cheeseburger for my lunch. Hiking with you in spirit while I'm feeding my face. And the AC, nice. Yeah, stay cool. Have a nice Sunday if you're taking off. I've got a big pine cone down here. They're always cool. Bacon cheeseburger sounds pretty good. I'll probably have tacos for dinner tonight. I just had some quick leftover pizza on my way out. I was actually wanting to get up at like 6 a.m. this morning and give myself enough time to go on several hikes. And I think I still have time for 2 or 3, but not as many as I would have if I got up early. I just decided to sleep in and just had kind of an early lunch and then headed out. All right, I guess I'll get a picture here. Looks like another dirt bike trail goes down. Of course, I'm not going down, but I don't understand how people on dirt bikes get up around this crazy stuff, honestly. I'm too old to start some new semi-dangerous hobby. And so just as an old person looking at something like that I've never done, just imagining like how people are riding dirt bikes up these crazy steep trails, I just can't really imagine it. I've seen people doing it, so I know what it looks like, but I can't imagine myself trying that out. And I'm too old to start some new hobby where I'd have to learn from scratch and risk injury and stuff, so I probably won't ever get into it. It's kind of like skiing. I never did that as a young person, so I don't have the instincts and balance and all that, so it's not something I think about getting into at my age. But hiking is kind of my thing. I've never, same with mountain biking too. Like, I have a mountain bike, but I don't go on trails like this. I just go on pretty tame, gradual, smooth trails for the most part. Same here. It was a great morning. Sleep in, I agree. Amazing scenery as always. In the 60s there sounds perfect too, yeah. Say hi to any big feet you meet. Take some pics if you come across any Bigfoot. All right, will do. All right, Max. I never call you Max. Do I? Yes, I do. Sounds weird for some reason. I will see you around, JD Max. My brain is just throwing error codes. It's like, of course I call you Max. All right. This might be the end of the official bike trail, so from here on out, I'm probably just going to be bushwhacking up through these bushes and stuff. There's sort of an indication of a very faint trail right there. I'll just follow that. Not sure what a Bigfoot enclosure is. Talking about somebody that's trapped one in a big cage or something. Okay. Here we go. Looks like most people don't go up higher than this. That's why this faint trail is not as well developed. You can call me JD, it's fine, like always, or Max, just don't call me late to lunch. Heard that one a time or two. It's too late to call you late for lunch because you're eating it right now. I usually call you Max, I think. Or JD Max. For some reason, all of a sudden it sounded weird to just call you Max, but I think that's what I normally call you. It's been a while. My brain is a little fuzzy. Oh. Pretty scenic. Yeah, I can just cut up through anywhere around here, really. There's sort of a clearing over this way, so I may as well try it over here. Bigfoot enclosures are trees snapped over to look like teepee, but that people couldn't snap. Oh, gotcha. Oh, okay. Yeah, it looks like that trail I was on gets a little bit more legitimate up here. One thing I don't like about this app that I'm using for the video is it doesn't show the bitrate notification on screen, whereas if I use it in a web browser, it does show that information, which is kind of nice to know, because then I know if my stream is breaking apart. But I'm still in line of sight of the cell tower. I'm pretty sure that's where my signal's coming from, so I should be totally fine. You know, when you see something that doesn't really belong, like trees thick as your fist snapped, we could never do, or a nest. Gotcha. I'll keep an eye out. Extra time. My second phone is so vivid with its color profile. It's a little bit overdone, but I'm using my main better camera for my streaming setup, so. Dropped out a bit about 3 minutes ago for 10 seconds. Oh, okay, thanks for letting me know. So it may not be totally reliable. It should be, just because I have such a clear line of sight to the cell tower, but it's never predictable, honestly. I can never tell what it's gonna do. Gotta go. Have a safe, fun hike. Thanks, dude. See you around. Thanks for dropping by. Always good to see you. Okay. Kind of overthinking this route here. Like, I'm a bushwhacker at heart, so normally I would just go straight up through that stuff. But I am trying to follow something of a trail. The reason I do that is not for any, I don't know. Oh, here's one over here. This will be my trail. It's mainly so that if I repeat this hike and I look at my past recorded GPS tracks, I can sort of follow them and know that I am on a good route. Because if I just bushwhack straight up through something and don't make any notes on the conditions of the trail, then I might be making it difficult for me next time I'm here. But wandering is totally fine with me. I guess I'm not as close to the top as I thought I was, though. It's back to steep stuff. And it's funny how that works on these mountains and buttes. You get these false summits where you think you're right at the top, right about to cross the threshold of slope to flat, and then all of a sudden you look up and oh, I was nowhere near the top. Signal's breaking up. FYI now before I go. Thanks, dude. Yeah, there's really nothing I can do about it, but it's good to know. I'll keep that in mind. I think once I get to the top, it'll clear up again. But yeah, it might be kind of crappy for a while. Now your back dropped out for a minute. Okie dokie. Yeah, if you need to go, don't stick around to give a constant signal analysis. That sounds like a terrible fate for any viewer. Of course, we know JD Max goodbyes typically take about 15 minutes to a half an hour. Alright, I'll keep close to this trail. If I wasn't live streaming, I'd be making some notes on my map about various things, but it's kind of hard to do when I'm streaming. Whew, this is steep. This might be my only adventure that I actually live stream today, because I want to do more than one, but the setup process, getting ready to live stream, takes like an hour. And if I keep doing that before each hike, I just won't get much hiking done today. So this will probably be the only live stream of the day for hiking. That's my prediction. Sometimes I can't resist though. I see something and I'm like, oh, there's a good signal. And start pulling out my gear even though I didn't really want to do it. Okay, now we're back on a pretty legitimate dirt bike trail. Hope nobody comes from above. That's one good thing about dirt bikes is they're pretty loud, so I can usually hear them coming. Thankfully, electric dirt bikes are not too popular yet. I bet those things are pretty quiet. I actually would like to get one though, not necessarily to go on crazy steep trails like this, but so I can get out further away from the main roads to do hikes that are like way out, that are somewhat inaccessible by cars and stuff. So someday I would like to maybe get a dirt bike, but I don't know, by the time I have money and situation to do that, I might be too old to get into that stuff. All right, man, enjoy your cheeseburger, bacon cheeseburger. All right, I think I am getting kind of close. The slope is changing to more gradual again, but as I've mentioned, could be another false summit. Couldn't pay me to own an electric dirt bike. Too many overheat and burn up. Oh, really? Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I wouldn't go that route either. I like knowing that I have fuel and knowing how much fuel I have and knowing that I can bring more of it if I want. Whereas electric, you just, once you're out, you're dead, you're gone. I don't like that idea. But maybe once they get them refined and they can go like 1,000 miles on a single charge, then And they're cheap. If they ever get cheap, then maybe. I just buy old used cars. I've never had a nice new car in my entire life. Gotta hear the burp of a gas bike, yeah. I didn't realize they had burning up problems though, that's crazy. So that out there, the kind of dark landscape, is all lava from a gigantic volcanic eruption. I have a lot of these in the area. It's just one of many. Okay, looks like this trail is kind of disappeared, so this is probably about as far up as most dirt bikes go. They must turn around. So I don't really see a continuation of that path. But I will make my own way. If your battery runs out down in some valley way far from town to see gas spike, you can open the tank and see instantly. Plus, batteries lose their effective charge time over time. Like my phone, for example, like it doesn't last as long as it used to when I first got it. And I imagine the same thing applies for dirt bikes. So the computer's probably configured to do all its time and distance estimates off a fully new from factory battery, and probably once it gets used quite a bit, it might not be as accurate in its estimates, so you could suddenly lose charge. I mean, I'm just saying that based on other devices with batteries. I don't know, they might have different technology to estimate the distance in bikes and stuff, but I would imagine it's not super reliable on its telling you that you have like 100 miles left, for example. It might burn through that electricity faster than you expect, depending on the condition of your battery. Plus you can get just an extra large tank or have a side pouch with extra gas or whatever. Just plan your trip accordingly. Don't imagine it's that easy to carry extra huge batteries for a bike. Might not even be possible. If you could, though, that would be a good solution. Just have it in some kind of side pouch and swap it out. But I would imagine they're kind of not possible or easy to pull out and switch out easily, like on the fly. Okay, I think I'm getting kind of close. Let's see, which way do we want to go? I think I'll just keep going up this clearing. No actual path to follow, but clearing is always preferable. Kind of a nice view. I should get a picture here. Smelling a little bit of smoke up here. I don't really see any smoke. Like, it's pretty clear today. I think the wildfires are not as bad as they have been, but I'm smelling some kind of smoky scent. It might just be some kind of tree pollen or some weird thing that has kind of a musty smell to it. Not really sure. It kind of has that sort of a whiff to it as well. Almost like a honey smell a little bit. It's kind of a weird smell. Oh, looks like something's been walking up here before me. Got some tracks. It's weird because there's tracks like just right here, but not beyond and not behind too much. I guess there's another one right up there. Not sure which. Okay, I see the path it took. Pretty big prints. I would probably say it could be an elk or just a deer. The prints kind of get bigger on these hills because foot sinks in and slides down the gravel and makes it look bigger than it really is. We do have bears around here, but I've literally never once seen one. It's funny, on that hike my sister did in Yosemite about a month ago or whenever it was, I think they saw like 4 or 5 bears on this hike they went on. Just in one hike, and I've never seen bears in Oregon my entire life. Bigfoot. Probably. Alright. Getting close to the top, I think. I mean, I keep thinking that and then just keeps going. I think I'll keep going this route over here. Looks like I can get through the bushes. Although it might be, let me check this other path over here. That could be good over there too, but I don't know which one to do. I think actually I'm gonna go to the left. Just instinct tells me that's the way to go. Actually, right here looks pretty good too. Oh, it did. Now it's looking pretty covered with bushes. So yeah, I'm gonna go to the left. I have the feeling there's a path through over here. Yeah, good instincts. It's actually another dirt bike trail. Ooh. All right. Now I'm definitely close to the top. Signal might break up a little bit here. I don't know. Oh yeah, we're getting close. Whew. That honey smell, whatever it is following me, so maybe I'm smelling myself. Do have a different deodorant on. Maybe that's what happens with this deodorant when I'm hiking. It makes that smell. I don't know. Whew. I'm tired. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking this will probably be my only live stream for the day, and the rest of the hiking that I do, I'll just do off camera. I might, if I see something extraordinary, I might record it with my 360 camera and upload it later. But it just takes too long to set up these streams. If I ever streamline, pun intended, the process a little bit to where it just takes 10 or 15 minutes to set up, I'd be more likely to do multiple streams in a day. It takes a long time. It takes the better part of an hour to get set up. That cuts out too much hiking time. All right, we're about to get to the awesome part where it's wide open views and walking along a lava ridge line. It's very awesome. Almost there. Female Bigfoot with perfume on trying to seduce you. Yeah, that's probably it. Bigfoots are known to be attracted to scripture reading, I've heard. I mean, I just heard that for the first time. Just now. But, you know, it seems like it came from a reliable source. All right, we're just about to the summit here. And then we'll walk down the lava ridge. A nice, awesome view the whole way. Hopefully the signal continues. Yeah, so this is the summit right here. Got the giant lava flow, tons of distant buttes and mountains. And then this over here is the ridge that I'm going to walk down. I've never walked all the way down it. I think I've decided I'm going to do that today. The only issue is I'm parked essentially right behind myself, and I don't know if going down here connects with any forest road. There's no mapped forest road that direction on the map, but that doesn't mean much because there's a lot of trails around here that are not on the map, so I might find one. If not, I'm just going to be bushwhacking literally straight across this whole landscape, either this way or possibly that way, but I just need to get back around the base of this hill that I'm on because I'm parked essentially back this way, 180 degrees from where I was showing there, so I don't necessarily see any trails down there. Sometimes you can spot them like a line cut through the trees, but I'm guessing there's probably some dirt bike trails down there somewhere at the base. Actually, I can see one right down there, just a slight indication of a trail there. So I think I can get around once I get down, so we'll see. Anyway, let me mark my map real quick. This will make the video go vertical most likely. I'll be back in just a second. Let's see, just gotta mark I was here, I was last here over 2 years ago, looks like, according to my GPS records here. All right, let's go for it. Actually, let me set this down for a second. I want to get a panorama picture from up here on the summit. I have to set my streaming gear down. Hopefully it's stable enough to stay upright. Just put it right over here. Never taken pro photos with my newer camera, so I'm taking a couple of those, which I think it just saves in RAW and JPEG, so I can process the RAW photos if I want. Let's see how those turn out. That's weird. Might have missed a couple messages. My chat program reset on my phone, so if anybody's here, sorry I missed your message. Okay, I can get going again. Hopefully my video is still going. I might switch over to a different method here real quick, so let's do that. So the video is going to go out for just a minute. I'm going to try the browser version because I think it'll work a little better for some reason. Okay. I actually like the native app that I use for video better for a number of reasons, but I don't know, each one has its pros and cons. If I use it in a browser, I can see the bitrate, so it'll be more obvious right away if the signal's dropping out, which is pretty cool. I need to talk to the developer about that, because maybe he can add that feature into the native app and then that's all that I really feel like it's missing for the most part. So yeah, I'm just gonna walk down this lava ridge. Signal might or might not continue all the way down because I'm sort of gonna be shielded from the cell tower as I head down this ridge because it's kind of blocking it down the slope eventually. So I'll just go as long as it looks like the signal is giving out, staying strong, and then cut it when it seems like it's about to die anyway. Yeah, you can see the big lava flow over there, black area. Actually, this entire landscape, almost as far as you can see, is a lava flow. It's just some of it's covered with trees that have grown back over the years, but it's almost all lava underneath there. Yeah, this will be fun. I don't think I've done this before. I might have, if memory serves, I think I've only gone pretty much up here to where this log is up ahead. And then there's this dirt bike trail right here that I've taken back down. That's how I've gone back the 1 or 2 times I've been here before. But today I'm going to make a new adventure and head down this lava ridge here and see what we find, just for fun. It looks fairly traversable, honestly, and I might have gone a little bit further than this cool log over here, but my memory is that I turned back right here. I know I haven't gone all the way down, so this will be a first. Oh, nice. We got some of that iridescent blue and green and purple lava. I still haven't really found out what that stuff is, but I found one article online that describes it as a lava glaze, so maybe that's the technical term, but if you get it in the right angle, it's hard to see on camera, but it shows up as kind of blue and sparkly, and anywhere from green to blue to purple generally in there. Sometimes it'll be like an oil slick where it's pretty much every color. Oops. I need to get some more good hiking pants. These ones I'm wearing are like ones I got from REI, which you would think they would be good, but I don't like what's in vogue in style now. Skinny jeans, that whole movement took over in the, I don't know, 2000s or 2010s, whenever, it's still around. Everything's super tight, form-fitting garbage, and I hate it. I like baggy stuff. It's way more comfortable. It's way more practical for like hiking. You can't have tight-fitting stuff and expect it not to rip when you're doing flexible movements. And then also when you try to put stuff in your pockets, there's just no room for anything because it's so tight. I hate the styles these days. It's really stupid. All right, here we go. Oh, I was going to get a picture here because I like this thing. Actually, right behind me is awesome too. Let's set this down again so I can get a clear panorama all around. It's always hard to find level ground on these slopes with all this crazy lava junk. There, that'll work. can hear the bikers out there, but so far no one's come up here, which is nice. Nice to have a little bit of can never think of this stupid word, not seclusion, but remoteness, whatever. Okay, there's a good panorama. Chat phone is getting kind of drained. I'm also using it to record a GPS track. I have a Garmin that I generally use as my primary track recorder, but I like to have a backup because a few times either my Garmin or my phone has malfunctioned somewhere and then I lose my recording, which is super annoying. I am completely out of hard drive space too. I don't have time, but I need to consolidate all my photos and videos and get rid of duplicates and just edit them down so they're smaller instead of raw JPEG, turn them into JPEGs, all that kind of stuff. Process everything, and then I need to anyway, I need to do all that, or I need to just buy another huge hard drive. I don't have room for any more videos on my computer. I don't want to delete anything. That's cool looking. Get a photo of that angle. So, I don't know why the IRL does not get views, which I don't care for my stream, but my friend Gives a Minute is doing a hike a drive, exploration adventure across the country of Australia, and I notice he's not getting a lot of views in his first couple of streams, and I hope that changes because he's going on a pretty big epic adventure. So, if you like IRL streams, besides the, kind of crazy big guys on Kick and stuff that do that all the time, but just some more of a humble, laid-back IRL, check out Gives a Minute. He's going on a huge adventure. I also do, obviously, IRLs from time to time, but I don't really care if people watch mine because I'm kind of a introvert and don't really seek an audience or crowds, but for him, I know he's more interested in connecting with people than I am, so definitely give him a look. He's streaming on Kick and YouTube, his adventures. Yeah, I don't think I came as far down as this before. Pretty sure I turned around back there, so this is all new. And it looks like it's going to be no problem. There's even sort of a trail. It's obvious that people come this way. A worn path, at least. It's very cool looking back at where I came from, just seeing that ridge line across there. Get a few pictures along the way. Might have to I've been wanting to maybe make a modified version of the chat program that I use so that it stores all my messages in a database, and when I refresh it or whatever, it doesn't like lose all the messages. It's hard to know if anybody's here or not. All right. Every time I switch to my camera app to take a picture, I have to lose focus on my chat program, and every time I do that, it like refreshes the screen and any messages that were there disappear. It's kind of annoying. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, this is epic, man. There's no reason not to come here. This is the hike. This makes the hike. This is amazing. I should come this way every time now. It's like, I still don't know what I'm going to encounter on the bottom of this. I feel pretty certain there's going to be some kind of trail down there. Even though it's not on the map, this is great. Get another panorama here because it's awesome. I don't really like the looks of the panorama on this phone though. It's kind of too bright. It's one thing I've always been annoyed at panorama features on phones. You can't control the exposure. I'd like to bump it down a notch so it's darker so the clouds aren't overexposed, and there's no way to do that. So sometimes I do manual individual shots on a panorama and stitch them later because usually the exposure turns out a little bit better that way. All right, well, we still have some signal here. It's not quite as strong as it was at the top, but we'll keep going. There's the lava butte that I just came from. Well, I'm still on it really, but that's the top over there. Looks like we're getting a little bit choppy on the signal strength. So I'm not sure how much longer I'll go. If it just starts cutting out to nothing, I'll probably end the stream. I'll have to do this hike another time with my 360 camera. I still haven't repaired it, like the scratched lens. I still haven't replaced that. I really want to, because obviously it'll be a lot better when I do. Yeah, I'd like to record this whole hike. I'll have to bring my friend here. I don't know if I've brought him here. I have I have more than one friend, but the one that I'm usually talking about is my best friend since high school, and I actually have 3 of those friends, but one of them I see way more often than the others because he's also single and has, he's a pretty busy guy, but he's a little bit more free to come over and visit and stuff, and so we go on hikes, I don't know, once every month or 2 typically, and I'd like to show him this one. This one's definitely a good one. I don't think I brought him here before, I'm pretty sure. plus, like, this is literally the first time I've been on this downward ridge. Normally I just turn around back there somewhere. This is by far the best part. Like, I'm never gonna turn around now. It's like, this is the coolest part. Like I said, it's pretty obvious that some people come here because there's sort of a worn path of sorts. It's not extremely well traveled, I'm sure. This is really far away from civilization, so it's not only far from civilization, but it's actually really hard to get here. Like, even in my four-wheel drive vehicle, it's a little bit challenging. So the typical just, adventurer or vacationer is not going to know about this and not bother to come out this far, because it's pretty extreme, honestly. About the only people that I do see out here are dirt bikes. Like, there's a sort of I don't know what to call it, rendezvous or just parking area where people park their trucks with trailers on it, and or ramps and stuff with their dirt bikes. Like, when I drove by that area earlier today, I saw maybe 6 or 7 trucks and some bikers. I guess staging area is the right term. They were getting ready to head out, and then I think some of those bikers that I saw out here were ones that came from that staging area. I don't think most people actually drive their vehicles all the way back here like I did. So what I mean to say is, I don't think there's that much hiking going on in this area, like very small amounts. So I think just about any time I come up here, I'm going to have it all to myself, other than the bikers, which I seriously doubt the bikers come up this far. These probably aren't going to show up, but they do have that blue sparkle on them. A little bit treacherous because these rocks can easily break out from under me. As you can see, there's quite a bit of breakout down there, and if you slide too much, you're just gonna slide down the side of this thing. It wouldn't necessarily be a deadly fall, but it would definitely get scraped up very quickly. So I'm gonna walk straight on the top of these. This will like break in your brand new shoes very quickly too. Scrapes them up real good. Okay, I need to get another set of panorama photos here. This is pretty amazing spot here. Wish I could take this with my camera I'm using for streaming. Okay, sorry for that chaos. I was using my other phone to get a couple pictures. Yeah, this is gonna scratch up my brand new shoes really quickly. They'll won't look so new after this hike. There's so many awesome angles here. This chat program is supposed to pull in the previous, most recent messages every time it refreshes, but it just doesn't work that well. I'm hoping there's not like a sudden drop off on this ridge, then that I can just gradually make my way all the way down into the lava below. This is definitely where that, well, I don't know if I should say definitely, at least part of this lava flow originated from this very butte that I'm on, and it's pretty obvious because you can see the trail of lava going down right here, which came right out of this cone that I'm on. Doesn't mean that that entire lava field came from this mountain though, because there's so many volcanoes around here. This is just one of many. It's a cool little perch. Should be stable enough. Shouldn't have to worry about it crumbling underneath me, but you never know. It is definitely an overhang drop-off thing. Let me get a picture here too. Sit down here for a second. Actually pretty flat here. If I brought my chair, I could set it up here and live stream from this spot. I should get a speed test here, just for fun. It's amazing because of these random cell towers how you can get better speeds out in the middle of nowhere than in town and stuff. So I got 62 megabits down and 12 12 up. Not too shabby. Or 10 up. Good enough to live stream, that's for sure. All right, photos. All right, probably don't want to linger too much because, yeah, I'm probably not going to stream the other adventures, but I'd like to go to a couple new places. I want to go to at least one new place because I've been here before. I mean, I haven't completed this entire circuit like I'm doing today, but I have been on this butte in general. Looks like the signal's not great here. Wait a minute, that's weird. Well, the signal is good here, but the video, I might reset it. Sometimes that helps. The video app sometimes has a hiccup where it just hangs and doesn't look for a better signal. It just gets complacent or something. It thinks I can't do any better, or some, I don't know what the issue is, but it doesn't try to up its bit rate. It just slowly ramps down and it doesn't go back up. I don't really know why. That's why I have to refresh it sometimes. Oh yeah, this looks very traversable all the way down. Just walk straight down. I do have to be careful just because of the crumbly stuff underfoot, but shouldn't be a problem. Decided to bring my hiking pole today, which I don't normally do when I'm live streaming because it's just one more thing to hold. But I knew I'd be going up some pretty steep stuff today, so I just made the decision I would bring it, so I'm glad I did. As I predicted, because I'm going behind this big ol' ridge line here, the signal is just breaking up. It's possible as I curve around to the right, I might reconnect to it, but I'm guessing it will just be worse and worse as I go down, but we'll see. Yeah, it just got better for some reason. I think I'm probably connecting to more than one tower, because that one that I was pointing at earlier in the stream is not even in view at all. It's directly behind this mountain, so there's probably another one out there somewhere that I'm connected to at this point. Yeah, my friend Gives a Minute, who's doing the Australia adventure, he got Starlink for the whole thing, so it's kind of a big experiment. I don't know if he knows how reliable it will be, but he should be able to live stream even in places where there's no cell towers. I would love to have something like that, but it's not very realistic for this kind of stuff I do, because I don't think there's such thing as a Starlink device that you can carry like on your person that's small and lightweight. I think they're more like big devices that you have in your vehicle or something, and it's very expensive anyway, so it's out of my realm of possibility. But I would love to have connectivity just, anywhere out in the wilderness, just so you could do these live streams. It would be fun. There's a lot of cool colored lava rocks here that I'd like to pick up and look at, but I'm carrying too much stuff, and I've seen enough of those. I'm not like growing immune to their interest, but to the interest that they present, but I have seen a lot of them, so they're not quite as fantastic. There's a couple that I'll check out here. Problem is, because of that skinny pants thing I was talking to you about, I can't put any of these in my pockets, really. Okay. Yeah, to my surprise, the signal is still holding up okay. Comes in and out, but it's not too bad. This is actually an easier way to get up. I like going up that steep way that I went just because it sort of completes the circuit around the cone of the volcano, but this is way easier. It's still steep, but not nearly as steep as that other way. Yeah, we're almost all the way down now. You can see the leveling off of the ground just right underneath me. But I don't know, unless I find a very obvious trail, I'm going to have to be doing some interesting bushwhacking or cross-country stuff over this lava field, lava flow. I think I spotted a trail from up above, but I have no idea. It seems pretty reliable that a lot of these buttes have some kind of trail that has been carved out around the base of them, not necessarily for hiking or any specific recreational purpose, but I think over the years, having various fires and different things and forest maintenance, they've carved out a lot of trails that some of them get completely reclaimed by the forest, but others just sort of remain for many years. I can't say I know where they came from, but that's kind of my theory, is that some kind of forest service created them at some point. Because I don't really see, like this one might be an exception where I actually see the dirt bikes and stuff, but generally I don't see people out on these remote places that I visit. And so I don't think the trails are made by adventurers necessarily, although, you know, some of them are, but anyway. Okay. This one that I'm on is most likely made by some kind of adventurers. It could be an animal trail, but since I saw indications of human activity near the top, I think some people probably noticed this ridge like I did, and they're just like, oh, I gotta go explore that. And that's how this trail gets carved. One project I started on, another coding project, a couple days ago, I was trying to find a script or a program, app would be better, that can smooth out GPS tracks, and I found a couple like Python and Go programming language scripts, but I can't get them to run on my Windows machine, so I'm maybe going to try to convert one of them or just keep trying different stuff, because I want to have smoother GPS tracks. I did this giant walk in the Denver airport on my way to New Mexico, actually on the way back. I think I walked over 10 miles, but since I was inside the airport buildings, the GPS signal was not good, and so the track is like all zigzaggy and jaggy and stuff. So I want to write a program or find one, ideally, that'll smooth all that out and give me a more accurate track. And there's a fair number of times when I wish I had something like that, where the GPS satellite signal is not great and it's jumping all over the place. It'd be cool to have a tool that can smooth that out. There's kind of a cool, it's hard to point at things in the camera. Somewhere around here there's a little bump. I would like to explore that rocky lava dome type thing. If I end up finding a trail that goes that general direction, I might make that as a secondary destination for this hike. It looks kind of cool. Of course, I can easily just bushwhack straight through even if there isn't a trail, but I'll probably kind of follow a trail if I find one. Maybe make a special side trip over there. There's the dome again in between those two trees right about there. I'd like to go check out. Yeah, I'll definitely have to come back here with my repaired 360 camera sometime. Get a better recording of this adventure. The live stream's cool and all, but because the signal's dropping in and out, it usually ends up not being the clearest recording. Whoa. There's where I came down from, right behind me. So a lot of cool stuff to explore right around here. I kind of enjoy just walking across lava flows, but it is kind of hazardous because some of the lava boulders haven't really settled, so you can be walking confidently and then they'll just suddenly collapse, and it's really have to be careful where you step. All right, I'm basically down mostly level with the forest floor, at least as far as the immediate surroundings. So I'll just start looking for a trail off to the right. If there isn't one, I'll just cut across anyway. Oh, signal is totally breaking up here. Not surprised. Yeah, I don't really see a trail here, but there is enough clearing between bushes I can definitely get back. Actually, I just spoke too soon. I see one right here. It's not a very well-traveled trail, but it is something. Yeah, here we go. This will work. Again, I would normally be making notations on these finds on the map, but can't really do that when I'm live streaming. It's not a very good trail. Basically almost just disappeared. I can still kind of track some kind of a clearing, but it's not anything like those dirt bike trails I was following earlier. Could just be an animal trail of some kind. So that lava dome is just kind of right back there behind those trees. Let's see if there's a good way to approach that. I can get over to those boulders right there. I could probably just cut across that ridge to get there. But even right here where I'm at is fine. walking on boulders and stuff is one of my favorite things to do. So a little bit of climbing involved sometimes, but generally just scrambling. Makes the hikes more interesting sometimes. Oh, wow, I got some kind of berries. Not familiar with those. Signal sucks here. Wow, those are loaded bushes, whatever that stuff is. Tons of berries. So I can't actually see it, but I think that lava dome is just beyond this little hump that I'm climbing up. I don't think I'm on it right now. I think it would be more distinct, obvious. I think it's the next one over. Yep. Well, this adventure is turning out to be longer than I anticipated. I thought I would do a bunch of short hikes, but quite enjoying this one. It's going longer than I really thought because I didn't necessarily have an advanced plan of what I was going to do as far as traversing the entire rim of the cinder cone or volcano. I didn't really think that in advance. I just thought I wanted to go up to the top, and then I saw the ridge and I was like, oh, let's go that way. And I see this lava dome to explore. That's kind of how I hike. I don't really have specific routes planned out in advance. I just literally go with the flow. There's the lava dome. This is probably kind of where the lava was erupting from after the initial explosion from the side of the cone up there. Probably was kind of building up and bubbling up right here, be my guess. Or possibly it just kind of piled up here. But I think usually lava domes indicate some kind of upward pressure from beneath, where lava's kind of pushing up again from the depths. Yeah, you can see why it's kind of fun to explore these lava flows, because generally they're kind of just ridges and valleys and little channels and cool stuff that's interesting, but then sometimes you have like huge features in the middle of them. Once I get up here, I'll have to stop the video and put it on my map. If you have watched my channel for a while, you know I really enjoy exploring any kind of rock formations, even if they seem kind of insignificant. But if it goes up higher, any significant amount, I like to climb to the top and put a mark on the map, get some pictures. I think most people would just walk right by this stuff, not too impressed, but I enjoy exploring it more thoroughly. Cool tree on the side. Should probably get a picture here just to show what I'm about to climb. It's really quiet here, except for the noise I'm making. Just gravel under my feet. Otherwise, there's a couple of birds, but it's very, very quiet. Those dirt bikers must have finished their adventure, or they must be pretty far away because I don't hear them at all. There's more of those berries. Just like everywhere, I have not experienced seeing this many berries before. Try to get a couple pictures of them so I can identify them later, because I don't know much about plants, to be honest. Just have to look stuff up. It would be nice to know for emergency survival situations, if you knew that this kind of stuff was edible, we could stop and get a snack. Speaking of which, I'll probably stop at the top of this lava dome and get a drink and a snack. Wow, this twisted wood that is in the middle of the lava is very interesting to me. I don't think you have to be a scientist to figure it out. It seems pretty obvious to me that this, well, my theory anyway, is that it was twisted as a result of the heat of the lava, which would indicate, if that's true, that this tree was here at the time of the lava explosion. I could be wrong about that, but that's always what I think when I see this crazy twisted stuff. What else would cause that? That would make this a very old tree, if that's true. Get a picture of it just for curiosity's sake. I don't actually know how long ago these eruptions happened, so I don't Don't expect any geological information from me. I'm not an area expert. Okay, this is going to be a difficult climb, possibly, because this stuff is very small gravel and crumbly. Just going to find the optimum route to make it easier. Generally, the bigger rocks are less likely to crumble. They still do, though. There's the butte and the whole lava ridge there. Once I get to the top, I'll get a picture of that. It's a nice perspective. It's crazy how even some of these giant rocks can still move around. Whew. Oops. Almost to the top. Whoa, almost fell over. Okay, made it. Now on top of that lava dome has a nice perspective, decent signal. That's great. Whew. So yeah, once I get down from get my satisfaction out of exploring this, I'll probably just hug the bottom of that and go around back to where I parked. I don't necessarily see any kind of trail down there, but it looks like pretty easy traveling. But yeah, you can totally tell that a big explosion happened in the middle of this crater here, and it just started flowing down this channel this way and piling up and bunching up in various places, but you can definitely see where the lava channel is right there. Just headed on down that way. All right, let me sit down for a second and get a drink and a couple pictures here. This is a pretty nice perch on the top of this where I could just hang out. I mean, there's a lot of sun exposure. No shade really, but otherwise it's pretty nice. That's right, I need to use this phone to get the map stuff on here. Video will cut out for a second here, or a few minutes, while I add this information to my map. Okay, drink time. I guess I could put the camera on me for once. I don't normally care about doing that. I didn't bring my tripod, so I didn't really plan on stopping anywhere to get videos of me doing stuff or whatever, so I can do this real quick. This is definitely a repeat. I'll have to do this with my friend when the times he visits. It's going to take the majority of the day to do this one, though. I think I'll still have time for another one after it, but probably not as many as I might wish. My face is getting a little bit sunburned. It's really nice to be out in nature again. I went on a couple adventures, nothing of this to this higher caliber or just whatever. But I went on a couple short hikes and a couple bike rides since I stopped streaming about a month ago. But I really haven't been out in nature that much. And I'm doing a lot of busy stuff with family. Unfortunately, when my sister was here, we didn't have any chance to do any hiking or exploring. It was all like chores and stuff. It was great to hang out with people because even though we were working on stuff, we got to spend time together, but didn't really do any fun activities for that time. It was too short of a visit to really get much in. There's another high point right over there. I might stop there on my way back, even though it's kind of out of the way. I like to mark as many things on the map, little high points and features as I go. And that one's so close that I may as well do it now rather than some other time later. Check, see if I'm still live. Sometimes I can't really tell. I don't think I have any apps installed on this phone with my credentials. Oh, maybe this one. Well, I might not be online. Looks like Kik is not online. That's the only app I have on here, I think. It's annoying. It's probably kicked me off a long time ago, and I've been talking to nobody this whole time. That's the stuff about IRL streaming that's kind of annoying. You can't really tell if you're online because everything appears to be connected, but it might not be. I have to check with this phone, which will disrupt the video, but I just want to see if I can tell. Okay. It's like DLive I'm on. That's cool. But Kik, when I checked on my other phone, it looks like I was not online, which I don't know why that would be. It's weird. No reason. Alright, well, whatever. I'll check later when I get home. I don't know what platforms are still going. It's hard to tell. Okay. Get another drink and then I'll head out from here. As long as one of the platforms is still going, it's fine. I just like to know that I'm not like trying to record a live stream or whatever and it's not even going out. It's annoying when I find that out. Looks like it's still working on at least one platform. Speaking of platforms, looks like Arena.tv might have gone away, which I was kind of expecting that to happen. There was zero forward movement with that platform. I have a tab saving extension for my browser that opens up all my various platforms to get ready for a live stream, and when it opened up Arena, it just had a blank page, so pretty sure the platform went away during the month I was away. So one less place to stream to. They were not doing me any favors though. I think they didn't like my content because I think they were shadow banning me. I wasn't showing up on their list of streamers anymore, so they intentionally took me off, so I didn't really have any positive feelings about the platform anyway. But I was still streaming there. I was just like all the other platforms I stream to. I try to stream to as many as possible for as long as possible. And I've seen quite a few come and go over the years. And usually it's pretty predictable. You can kind of see the patterns that they're doing, and the choices they make don't seem wise, and you can just kind of predict which ones are going to succeed sometimes. I was a little bit surprised about live.space though, that they didn't succeed. They seemed to be doing pretty well for a while, and then it just suddenly disappeared. It's like they gave like a week's warning, like, oh, live.space is just not succeeding, and it just, yeah, very short notice and just disappeared forever. It's very weird. There's a kind of a big spider there. At least by our standards. We don't get huge spiders here. We don't have like tarantulas or anything. Alright, let's get packed up. Heading back. I might stop at that next high point over there. Actually, let me get a couple pictures before I head out. Alright, that should be good. Probably lost a few percentage on my battery here because I didn't have it plugged in while I was sitting on the ground. Yeah, it's getting kind of low. Maybe I can build it back up by plugging it in, but it doesn't really gain that much battery percentage when I'm live streaming, sometimes it actually goes in the hole, even though I have it plugged in. All right. I need to get down this somehow without tripping up. I don't know if I'm going to go to that next high point or not. I feel like I'm at the point of spending too much time here, but I don't really have any deadline. I just was hoping to do more than one hike today. I got a really late start. Whoa. Whew. This is very crumbly. Going down these crumbly lava slopes is a lot harder than going up. Almost just have to let yourself slide a little bit. Which is probably what I'll do in this case. Alright, if I go down there, it looks like there's almost a little fissure or a crack right there. I'm gonna go over that way. It's really gonna wear down my shoes. Okay, made it. Stupid little gator thing got pushed up in that process, and now I'm feeling a couple rocks possibly in my shoe. It's annoying. I have to pull my shoe off to get those out. That's gonna be a problem in the long run if I don't. I just hate doing that. Maybe I'll get down to this log and sit there because it's super annoying. Literally hate taking off my shoes. That's why I wear these gaiters, but I guess I didn't really think it through. I should have installed some Velcro strips on these new shoes because the gaiters don't really stay in place without the Velcro. Okay. I was doing pretty well until just then. Keeping rocks out of my shoes. I've got rocks in my socks, said the fox to the ox. That was one of my childhood, we call them children's books, whatever, that I had. All right, here goes. Yeah, tons of stuff in my shoe. Let's get these rocks out of my pocket too. I am actually quite surprised that the signal is still holding out in this area. I'm a little bit confused as I sat down and lost track of where I am. There's this little high point I could mark. It's not that much higher, but I could choose to mark that. The bigger one is actually behind those trees right there, and I have yet to decide whether I'll explore that or not. I guess since I'm right by this little hump, I'll mark it. Just it's not really that significant. It's pretty covered with bushes. I think I'll skip it. All right, here's some nice bouldering on top of these big lava rocks to make sure I choose my steps wisely. These things can just move unexpectedly. So there's the butte again, just the cone or ridge up there, and then this is the lava dome that I just climbed. There's kind of a little bit of a fissure or crater down beneath where I'm standing. I think it probably was something almost like a lava tube underneath here that maybe collapsed just where the lava was flowing through. Something like that, essentially. Okay. Well, there's no obvious path to follow. Just gonna cross all these lava boulders in the general direction I want to go. I could go over that way toward that high area. Might be a little bit easier if I find some dirt to walk on. I don't think this will be a significant distance hike, but it sure is a grand adventure. Guessing it'll be something like 4 miles, maybe. But these crazy kind of off-trail adventures tend to feel a lot longer than they are, just because of the challenge of the landscape. All right, I'm basically heading toward that bump or whatever, kind of a high point. So since I'm not that far away from it, I guess I'll keep heading toward it. Go to the top and put a mark on my map, as is my tradition. It's also a pretty good way to go because I'm not as much on the lava like I was before, so I can walk a little bit faster. Signal isn't great here. All right, getting a lot of bush interference. I can go right or left. I think I'll go left. It's more clear over here. That's a pretty significant high point there, so it's worth exploring. Bush interference. Hey, Russ, how's it going? So I guess that means my stream is still up on Twitch. I wasn't sure if I was still live. When I do these IRLs, the signal is so random that I can't tell if it's still going or not. Whew. Oh, I see. Yeah, I typically get pretty much 0 viewers on my IRL streams. Well, 0 chatters. So it's really hard to tell how it's going. Whew. Kick is not live. I know, I don't know why. I actually noticed that a while ago and I reset it. I wonder if they changed something recently, like changed stream keys or something, because I was not streaming for about a month, and sometimes when I do that and come back, there's a bunch of stuff that's changed and I'm just not aware of it. So I'll have to troubleshoot that when I get home. I'm not going to try to fix it right now because it's just, I'm on enough other platforms. I can't really make them all work sometimes. It says live when I search you, but when I click on the channel, it's not live. Kick is weird. Yeah, I don't know, but I feel like Kick has been a little bit odd lately in particular. Like maybe they're working on it. Sometimes when they're in the process of working on a site, like features come and go. So hopefully that's just a sign that they are doing something. But yeah, I don't know. Rumble is pumping 8 viewers. Nice. Hey, thanks for the status update. I can tell you pretty reliably that YouTube, if it's still on, has 0 viewers. I get like 1 viewer every 2 to 3 years. Oh, that's funny. I still stream there, but there's not much point really. YouTube is live, nice. Cool, so it seems like it's just Kick then. Last time I checked, DLive was still running. Of course, I'm on a couple other obscure sites that you've probably never heard of, but those are the main ones. Same, I stream to YouTube and no idea why, but it's good backup for my VODs. Yeah, that's essentially why I do it too. I'm actually amazed at how bad YouTube is for discovery. It's way worse than Twitch. I always thought Twitch was the king of bad discovery, but it's definitely YouTube now. Literally no one ever can find you at all. Only people that can even possibly watch are people who are already subscribed, and even they, I don't think, always get notified. I have literally hundreds of videos on there, and like I have 24 followers. I think last time I checked. YouTube is a complete dead zone. It's weird because when I first started live streaming, back in 2019, I actually started on YouTube, and I had a few viewers back then, but then they started the stupid copyright thing, the copyright strike and the copyright claims and all that, and that was so irritating because all of the claims were false on my channel because I never streamed copywritten material, and yet I still got all those claims. So that's how I found DLive. I'm sure you've heard that story a million times. Yeah, I was like, okay, YouTube sucks. And so I just started doing a search for alternate live streaming platforms. That's how I found DLive, and that was back when PewDiePie was on there, so it was getting a lot of publicity. Otherwise, I probably never would have found it. Yeah, I don't know, I feel like a broken record saying the same story a bunch of times, but yeah, I was playing open or public domain songs like nursery rhymes, like, you know, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and Mary Had a Little Lamb, and just really old songs that don't have a copyright, and I was getting copyright claims like on every stream on YouTube. It was so irritating. So ever since I stopped doing the piano streams, though, I don't really get those copyright claims anymore, so it's been less frustrating. All right, I'm almost to the top of this secondary high point. Whoa. Yep, there's the other butte over there where the cell tower is that I'm probably connected to. As soon as I'm done with this, marking this place, I'll probably head back and end the stream relatively soon because I've been here quite a long time already. It's been fun though, no regrets. occasionally wish I had the discipline and desire, motivation to keep at the piano thing. And I've thought about starting it up again. But it's been so long since I've done it, I feel like I'd be starting from scratch and it'd be just, I don't know, kind of boring. No raggarts. I have no idea if that's an actual word or just complete randomness, but it's funny. All right, so I think the top is right around here, although it seems to keep slightly going up as I go this direction, so gotta find the summit, the official summit of this thing. These days, I don't even know what to think about like random words, because when I was a kid, and even up until this day, I make up words all the time. But then you do like a Google search, and you find out that someone else already made up the word, and it has this totally perverse definition. I'm just like, seriously? Well, there's another one I can't use anymore. It's super annoying. Muscle memory for instruments is real. I didn't play bass for almost 3 years. Bought one a few months ago, surprising how much I still knew. Yeah. The problem though is that even when I was doing that like 3 years ago, I only knew like 5 songs because I was using that, Synthesia software for learning and very slow process. So even if I did remember those 5 songs, it would be like just still boring because I'm not learning anything interesting or new. So if people drop by the stream and were like, oh, you play piano, can you play this or this or this or whatever? And I'd be like, nope, I know 5 songs and it'll take me 3 or 4 months to get really good at another song. It's just a very slow process. I generally think I would still enjoy it, but for live streaming, it's pretty stinking boring. I'm surprised anybody ever watched me doing that stuff because it's not that interesting in my opinion. All right, I think this is pretty much the high point, so the video's gonna cut out. I need to switch to my map app and mark this. Be right back. You'll be able to hear me, but not see me. Let's see. Assign a new number because it's definitely not going to be on anything. I feel like something's some kind of bug on me or something. I think there is. Hope it's not a tick. I better check. It's taking forever to scroll through this junk. 580, 581. Oh, I think it's my selfie stick pushing against my pants. That's hilarious. 85, 587. Seriously, how many are there? Hurry up! What in the world? Okay, P637. Okay. Turns out it's an actual Geordie word that means a stupid person. Is that a selfie stick in your pants, or are you just happy to see the bushes? Yeah. Jordy means stupid person? I've never heard that term. Is my video back if you're still here, Russ? Like, sometimes when I take those long breaks away from the app, it like hangs and doesn't come back. If you're still here, let me know if it's if the video came back. It might be a little bit choppy, but just hopefully it's actually working. Sometimes I have to go in and reset the whole entire app if it's frozen or something. Oh, when we were kids, we used to say doilum, which we made up for when someone was being dumb. Oh, okay. Yeah, I did miss that one. Turns out it's an actual Geordie word that means a stupid person. Picture is clear. Cool. Thanks. Thanks, man. It's always awesome when there's actually someone in chat to give me feedback, which is like 1 in a million on these IRL streams. I don't understand why people don't like IRL streams. Like, viewers, it'd be interesting to do a poll on people and not just get like numbers, but like explanations, like why people think IRL is boring. The only IRL that people watch are like the Ice Poseidon type people that are doing kind of the, I don't know what to describe it as, but just weird social drama type crazy parties and just whatever stuff, which obviously I'm not going to do that, but just like walking and hiking and stuff, nobody watches that. It's weird. I guess it's just not part of streaming culture. Heck of a view. Any wild animals? I haven't seen any. I mean, I know they're out here, but they are so good at avoiding people that I basically never see them. It's funny because like in town where I live, I see deer literally every single day. They, no joke, walk across our property every single day at kind of a certain time range in the evening to get to where they want to graze or eat food or whatever. But out in nature, like out here where you expect to see them, I literally never see them. Just birds and chipmunks, basically. People love the dumb Zoomers in public doing dumb stuff streams. Yeah, and I mean, I understand. I'm not like seeking attention for myself. I just think in general, not just my streams. I totally understand why people don't watch my streams. It's just boring. But in general, because I have some other friends that do IRL too, like Gives a Minute, for example. He's doing this huge trip across Australia, and I was sort of lurking in his first couple streams. There's like nobody chatting. It's like, what? Why? There's no real difference between what he's doing and those other streamers. Like, he's just walking around showing cool stuff and talking to people, joking around, drinking beers, whatever, all that kind of normal stuff. But for some reason, people don't watch that content much. It's very, very odd. I don't watch your streams because I'm usually asleep. Yeah, no, I don't. I literally don't expect anybody to watch mine. It's more just a general concept of categories that don't seem to do well, like for most people. And IRL seems to be one of those sort of not very successful categories, unless like we just talked about, you're doing the Ice Poseidon type stuff. And he's pretty good at what he does. I mean, I'm not going to just pretend that it's a mystery why people watch that stuff. I mean, I understand it. He's a very creative person, but I'm just surprised that, generally speaking, unless you do that crazy stuff, you're not going to get views on IRL for the most part. I still do it because it's an easy, convenient way to record my hikes. Like, I could just record them to my phone or to my 360 camera, but that means I have to go home and like edit them and stuff. which I hate doing that. So if I live stream it, then I have an automatically saved recording of the trip. I mean, it might be kind of crap quality in some cases, but at least there's some record of the adventure without doing a bunch of extra work. So even if nobody watches my streams, like I probably would still do it, at least occasionally. Just for that reason. Okay, I think I need to cut across this valley here. Might lose the signal temporarily, but I don't think I want to be going that way. I want to stay close to the base of this butte that I went up earlier. Just kind of circle around the bottom. Yeah, I don't watch most people's streams either. Like we're all friends from the past, you know, like Kame and you and a bunch of other streamers that were on DLive and stuff. So we're all friends and we say hi from time to time. But I don't think we like really watch each other's streams that much because it's just like, it just takes too much time, you know. It's just reality. It's not because we're rude toward each other or anything. It's just like who has time to, if you are a streamer, who has time to like both stream and watch other streams like all day long? Like it's just not a realistic use of time, especially for adults. I mean, I guess if you're a teenager or something and you're in the streaming stuff, you don't have any like real life responsibilities, you could just sit around your computer all day. It's not gonna work for me. Yeah, usually pretty busy. Yeah, I mean, you have a family and stuff, and I don't know what you do for work, but I'm sure you do some kind of work pursuits and just, you know, just life is full. Can't, I mean, it's honestly, I feel like it's a sacrifice for most adults to do streaming at all as a hobby because it takes so much time. But to add on top of that, like watching everybody else, like that's why I don't even do it anymore. I might come across as kind of self-absorbed because of that, because I don't like spend a lot of time watching other streamers and building community. But I had to give up on it at a certain point. It was fun in the early days of DLive, building that family and community and stuff, but at a certain point it just like takes over all of your time and it's not realistic. Plus back in the DLive heyday there was more of an incentive to watch streamers and pandemic. Yeah, true. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I mean a lot of people didn't even have jobs because all the companies were closed out of fear. So yeah, it makes sense. I sometimes forget about that factor though, just the whole pandemic thing. That's basically why we all met each other. And now it's totally different. Most people have gone back to work and back to normal life. I sort of wonder if the whole streaming thing is just gonna fizzle out at some point because of that. Like it had a boon or a heyday and then can't really recover the same numbers as it had before, so all the big companies are going to pull out and say, sorry, it's not profitable anymore. I need another pandemic. No, thanks. No, I'd rather have streaming completely die out than have to go through that whole thing again. That was not fun for me. Might look like I'm lost and wandering through random forest, but I do have a general direction that I'm seeking after here. This is actually what a lot of my hikes look like, is just random bushwhacking through the forest. I find it quite fun just to like search for paths path of least resistance. Sort of like working out a maze or something. Sometimes you have to circle back. And I'm usually pretty good at orienting myself in the wild. I tend to know which way to go easily. Yeah, I don't know if I was like randomly put in the middle of a place I'd never been that's not anywhere near where I grew up. I don't know if I'd have that knack. Plus, I'm so heavily reliant on technology these days that I don't actually know how good I am at orienting. I'm very good at using the technological tools that I have, so I'm never even remotely lost, not even close to lost. I know exactly where I am at all times, but I'm also not constantly looking at my GPS or something. I can see landmarks and know where they are in relation to myself and head toward them and all that kind of stuff, but I've never taken like an outdoor class where I learned how to read a compass or vectors and all that stuff. So I don't think I could claim to be all that good at it. If I was placed in a random environment, I'd be a bit lost, yeah. It would be fun though. Like, I don't think I would be that interested in those survival challenge things like that, where you're just literally placed in a random spot with a few supplies and see how far you can get or whatever. I don't have any interest in that kind of challenge. But I do enjoy a little bit of adventure that I basically don't plan my hikes. I basically head toward a destination, no real idea how I'm going to get there. And I just kind of look at my contour map a little bit and try to find the easiest route. But as I'm like actually hiking, it's totally unpredictable because I have no idea what I'm going to encounter as far as obstacles and challenges. We all had to do that as kids here in the Wales orienteering classes. Oh, that's cool, dude. I wish I would have had that kind of childhood experience, because as an adult I love that stuff, but I'm not interested enough to like take some adult class like how to do stuff, but I do enjoy just going routes that are not established. Like basically when I'm hiking, I'm not on trails. Like this is not a trail at all. I'm literally just hiking through nature. Not sure what I'm going to encounter. I like that kind of thing. I've actually kind of not entirely given up on trail hiking, but I don't do it very often. I would say maybe 1 out of 10 to 15 hikes is on some kind of trail. Most of the time it's completely unknown where I'll end up. No idea why. Not really hard to get lost in Wales. It's all hills and mountains. Just trek up a hill and you'll see a village or town for sure. Yeah, it's kind of the same here. I think it's probably a little bit more spread out. So, I mean, you do hear about people getting lost here and stuff, but to me it seems basically impossible, but I think it's mainly because I have my phone and my GPS. If I had to rely entirely on some kind of paper map and compass, I have no idea how I would do, to be honest, because I've not really tried a lot of that. I did some in my earlier hiking years before I had a GPS. That's how I did my hikes, is print out a map, draw a line on there, try to follow it, kind of a thing. So it's not like I have no experience, but it's pretty minimal. Definitely not skilled. We get taken to remote wooded areas, given a compass and basic map in groups of 3s, and told to find your way to X location. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, I've watched YouTube videos of people doing that stuff, and it looks like a blast. So if I was a bit younger, I could see myself getting into a hobby like that, but I've never done it per se. There was a woman recently in USA somewhere lost for 20-ish days. She'd been wandering around eating berries. All she had to do was walk like 1 kilometer north and there was a town right there. Yeah, it's crazy. I can't imagine. To me, I mean, I can't say that I would never get lost because even experienced hikers get lost. To me, it sounds crazy. Like, how can you get lost? It almost seems impossible to get lost to me, especially if you have a cell phone. You literally have a map on your phone. It shows exactly where you are, but I guess it happens. Yeah, probably like if there was a EMP strike or my phone just had a weird malfunction and I was out a little bit too far, I guess. I still don't think I'd get lost though, because like you said, I would just go to a high point, spot a known location that I want to head to and just face that direction and then just keep checking along the way. But I don't know. I guess if you don't even have a compass, you tend to go in circles, I've heard. Walking in wide arcs and stuff. Never experienced that concept, but I've heard about it. Even if you have no cell reception net, the map still saves the last area you were at. Yeah, exactly. I guess a lot of people don't even know how to use map apps. I hear a lot of people talking about that, like asking for directions or whatever, and I just say, like, do you not have a cell phone? And they do have a cell phone. I guess they just don't know how to use it or something. It's weird. Not hard to try and look at it and know which way is north, south, etc. Even with no compass, you have the sun or stars, moss on trees, etc. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I never really learned. I think I've picked up a little bit of that just from all my, many hundreds of hikes and stuff. But I don't think I could just like immediately have a clue with all those details. Like, I don't know what time of day it is based on the shadows and the moss thing I'm aware of, but I don't necessarily know exactly what it means. I think up here in where we live, if there's moss on trees, I think it means that's south, but it might be the opposite because I've never actually studied it. Anyway, yeah, I wish I would have taken at least a basic survival or orienteering or outdoor class, because I literally didn't do any of that when I was a kid. I didn't really get into the outdoor adventures until I was like maybe in my 20s, and even then I just did maybe 2 or 3 hikes a year with one of my best friends. That was it. Now, like, I think it's only been since like 2015 or so that I've been massively hiking all the time, like hundreds of hikes every year. Before that, it was just, be a handful. So many city kids we'd be camped with, never seen stars or have basic understanding of outdoorsmanship. But again, if I was placed in a big city, I'd be lost. Yeah. I wonder if we'll ever experience that in our lifetime. Like, right now, I think everybody can pretty much get around because of cell phones, but I wonder if there'll ever be some kind of worldwide outage or incident where it just all goes away for a time and we're back to the Stone Age or something. People always talk about the whole apocalyptic type scenarios and nuclear war and all that, and that I suppose it could happen, but it just doesn't really feel real to us with all our conveniences and stuff. All right, now, like at this moment, I don't actually know exactly where I am. I think I know this hill, and I'm right next to the huge butte, so as long as I keep it circling the bottom of that, I'll get back to where I started. But it's tempting just to follow this dirt bike trail because it's an easy path, but it doesn't look like it's going the direction I want. So, but I think it might. As long as it intersects another path that turns to the right, I should be able to get back. I haven't looked at my map for, I don't know, a good half hour or so I don't actually know exactly where I am. I just know generally where I'm supposed to go. Pretty obvious. What would be hilarious is if I actually got completely lost while I'm talking to you about not getting lost. That would be epic. Imagine having no internet and read all my books, then be bored in a few weeks. Yeah, I don't even like reading. I don't know what I would do. I guess I would probably just dig deeper into my hobbies like bookbinding and creative stuff like that. But I don't know. Part of the thing that's gotten me back into those hobbies is the whole live streaming thing. Like if I couldn't live stream any of my hobbies, I don't know if I'd be as motivated to do them. It wouldn't be as fun. I guess we'd all just have to think about survival more than anything else. Yeah, so this trail will turn right and get me where I want to go. Yeah, I'm almost back to the beginning now. It's kind of sad to think that we've come so far and are so reliant on technology. I was thinking about that a few days ago. Like, basically, human brains, just humans in general, it feels like they don't even know what to do with themselves when they don't have their phone in their hand. They've forgotten how to communicate and spend time. They get bored too easily. Can't relax. I don't know, there's so many issues that have developed as a result of all this technology. I think a lot of people would just go insane, literally, if the internet went away. They wouldn't know what to do. I think I would be okay because I literally lived through a good chunk of my life without cell phones and internet. So I have enough fond memories of the freedoms that I had before technology. I think I would be okay, but for a while I'd probably be like everybody else, like, what do I do? No computer, no internet, no phone, what do I do? It would be weird. If the internet cuts out here for 10 minutes or there's a power cut, my kids freak out. No YouTube or games. It's hilariously sad. Yeah. I guess it probably would have been kind of like that with me as a kid because, we didn't have internet when I was a kid, but we had video games. If there was no video games, I'd be like, what do I do? I probably would have drawn more because when I was a kid, I used to do a lot of doodling and stuff. I probably would have just done more of that. I think people adapt though. At first, yeah, there'd be like a huge freak out, but people would learn. So the ones that don't might go crazy, but I think after a certain period of time, people would figure it out. Honestly, I would just go hiking all the time. If I had enough money to survive and food enough to eat, I would just go hiking. That's what I like to do anyway. I love it. I had a Game Boy with the light attachment, so I was sorted as a child. That's cool. Yeah, I don't think I ever had any portable gaming systems until I was in my 20s and 30s. But I did have a Nintendo, a Sega Genesis or Mega Drive, and Super Nintendo at one point. All right, I'm pretty close to getting back. I'll probably end the stream pretty soon. It's just kind of boring dirt bike trails for the rest of the way, so not much to see. Yeah, I had friends with all those systems. I think that's part of the reason I didn't have them myself. I could just go over to their house and play what they had. We didn't have a lot of money as a family, so I couldn't just buy whatever games and consoles I wanted. Whew. All right, this seems as good a place as any. Pretty much back to the beginning, so I'll probably end it here. Appreciate the conversation and find any epic sticks laying around. Game Gear was so good. Even had a TV attachment for it so I could watch TV on your Game Gear. Oh, yeah. Actually, I remember that. My friend had one of those too. So ahead of its time. I wish Sega didn't go out of business. I feel like they gave Nintendo a healthy competition, and it's fun to see the innovations of those times. But oh well, a few of us oldies can reminisce about that stuff. Everybody else these days has no clue. Anyway, yeah, I've seen a few sticks. There's one. The stick. All right, I'm gonna head out. But yeah, thanks for dropping by and hanging out. It's always good to chat. And yeah, I might do a couple more hikes today, but I'm probably not gonna live stream them, just so I can maybe get more done without slowing down due to technological concerns. So we were dirt poor as kids, single disabled mom, but I found out she used to play my handhelds when I was sleeping. That's crazy. Wow. Yeah, my parents, well, at least my mom, I don't know if she ever played a video game like back then. Maybe, but yeah, she never played with us. As far as I know, she didn't play them in our sleep. That's hilarious. It's a cool story. All right, yeah, I'll see you around. See you, Russ. Thanks again. If I can get my technology to work here. Why isn't that working? Okay, it did work. All right. We'll see you all later.